take a deep breath with me and pause for a moment. Not to run away from the world, but to really see yourself. Because before we talk about becoming a high-value woman in 2026, we have to understand one simple truth. Your value is not something you run after. It is something you build from within. A high-value woman is not loud about her worth. She does not need constant approval. She does not measure herself through likes, attention, or praise. Her strength comes from the inside, and that strength shows quietly in the way she thinks, the way she speaks, and the way she moves through life. In 2026, the world will keep moving fast. Trends will shift, opinions will be loud, expectations will often be confusing. In that kind of world, becoming a high-value woman means learning the art of inner stability. When everything around you is noisy, you learn to be calm. When everyone is rushing, you learn to be patient. When others react quickly, you choose to reflect first. There is a story of a diamond and a glass stone kept side by side. From a distance, they look almost the same. Both shine, but only one can handle pressure. The diamond becomes stronger under pressure while the glass breaks. Life will test you with pressure, relationships, responsibilities, disappointments. A high-value woman does not run away from pressure. She lets it shape her, not destroy her. One of the most important qualities of a high-value woman is emotional maturity. She understands her emotions instead of being ruled by them. She feels deeply, but she answers wisely. When she is hurt, she does not rush to revenge. When she is praised, she does not become proud. She knows that emotions are messengers, not masters. In 2026, I want you to learn this deeply. Reacting instantly can feel powerful, but responding carefully is real power. Silence is not weakness. Boundaries are not selfish. Saying no does not make you rude. It makes you aware of yourself. A high-value woman respects her time. She understands that time is life in motion. She does not waste hours explaining herself to people who have already decided not to understand her. She puts her energy where there is growth, respect, and mutual effort. There was once a young woman who kept trying to water dead plants. She blamed herself when they didn't grow. One day, a gardener told her, "The problem is not your effort. The problem is where you are putting it." In 2026, a high-value woman learns to choose the right soil, the right habits, the right people, the right environment. Another key trait is self-discipline. Motivation will come and go, but discipline remains. A high-value woman does not wait to feel inspired to take care of her body, her mind, or her duties. She understands that discipline is a form of self-respect. She wakes up knowing that her future is shaped by small daily choices. What she eats, what she listens to, what she accepts, what she avoids. These small decisions slowly build a powerful identity. Confidence is often misunderstood. It is not about being without fear. It is about being comfortable with who you are while still wanting to grow. A high-value woman accepts her imperfections without letting them define her. She works on herself without hating herself. There is a beautiful balance she holds. Humble yet strong, kind yet firm, gentle yet unbreakable. In relationships, she does not chase. She attracts by being in alignment with herself. She does not beg for love, attention, or effort. She knows that real connection flows naturally when there is mutual respect. If something needs constant force to stay, it is not meant to stay. A high-value woman understands that being alone is better than being disrespected, and peace is better than chaos dressed up as love. She also learns the power of continuous learning. She does not think she knows everything. She reads, she listens, she reflects, she grows. Knowledge gives her clarity, and clarity gives her confidence. In 2026, being high value does not mean being perfect. It means being aware. Aware of your patterns, aware of your triggers, aware of your strengths and your weaknesses. Another important quality is grace under pressure. Life will challenge you. People will misunderstand you. Plans will not always work out. A high-value woman may feel pain, but she does not let bitterness shape her character. She heals without becoming hard and cold. There is a story of a lotus flower that grows in muddy water yet stays untouched by the dirt around it. In the same way, a high-value woman learns to grow beautifully even in difficult environments. She also understands that comparison is a thief. In 2026, social media will show you many highlight reels. A high-value woman does not compare her behind the scenes with someone else's filtered moments. She stays focused on her own journey. She takes care of her body not to impress others, but to honor herself. She rests without guilt. She works without constant complaint. She understands balance. Her speech is thoughtful. She does not gossip because she has better things to think about. She does not complain endlessly because she believes in solutions. She does not insult because she understands the power of words. A high-value woman is spiritually grounded, not only in rituals, but in principles. She knows who she is beyond her roles, beyond labels, beyond expectations. She forgives not because others always deserve it, but because she deserves peace. In 2026, becoming a high-value woman means choosing long-term peace over short-term pleasure, choosing growth over comfort, choosing self-respect over temporary attention. And hear this clearly, you do not become high value overnight. You become high value through daily alignment. When your actions match your values, when your words match your intentions, and when your inner world matches the life you want to create. Walk gently, but stand firmly. Speak softly, but live strongly. Let your growth be quiet and your confidence be natural. Because when a woman truly values herself, the world does not need convincing. It simply adjusts. And that is how you step into 2026. Not trying to prove your worth, but fully living it. Remember that becoming a high-value woman is not about rejecting softness. It is about joining softness with strength. Society often tells women they must choose. Be kind or be powerful. Be gentle or be respected. But a high-value woman knows she can be both. She can be caring without being naive. She can be understanding without being used. In 2026, one of the biggest shifts you will make is in how you treat yourself when you fail. Yes, you will make mistakes. You will trust the wrong people. You will take wrong turns. But a high-value woman does not shame herself forever for being human. She learns, she corrects herself, and she moves forward wiser, not bitter. There is a story of a potter who made hundreds of pots. Some cracked in the fire. Instead of throwing them away in anger, he studied the cracks to understand the heat better. Life will put you in the fire. Do not ask, why me? Ask, what is this teaching me? That one question changes everything. A high-value woman becomes deeply selective, not proud selective. She understands that access to her time, energy, and emotions is a privilege, not a right. She does not keep explaining her standards to people who benefit from her lowering them. She also stops trying to be liked by everyone. She realizes that being respected is more important than being popular. When you stand for something, some people will walk away. Let them. A high-value woman does not shrink herself to keep others comfortable. In 2026, she learns financial awareness, not out of fear, but out of responsibility. She understands money is a tool, not her identity. She learns to manage it, respect it, and use it wisely. Independence gives her options, and options give her peace. Another powerful trait is consistency. Anyone can be impressive once. A high-value woman is dependable over time. Her words and actions line up. People trust her because she is stable, not unpredictable. She also learns the art of letting go. Not everything needs full closure. Not every question needs an answer. Some chapters end without explanation. And that is okay. Peace does not always come from understanding. It often comes from acceptance. In relationships, she communicates clearly. She does not expect others to read her mind. She shares her needs calmly, without guilt or aggression. If she is not heard, she watches actions instead of trusting only words. A high-value woman does not confuse intensity with love, or chaos with passion, or attachment with connection. She chooses peace, even if it feels strange at first. There is a story of a woman who stayed in a noisy market her whole life. When she finally visited a quiet garden, the silence scared her. She almost went back. But with time, she realized that silence was not emptiness. It was peace. Growth often feels uncomfortable before it feels right. In 2026, you will outgrow people, habits, and old versions of yourself. Do not feel guilty. Growth is not betrayal. It is evolution. A high-value woman is patient with her progress. She understands that real change takes time. She celebrates small wins. She shows up even on days she feels ordinary. She also learns to receive compliments, help, and love without feeling unworthy. She does not make herself small to look humble. True humility is knowing your worth without arrogance. Her presence becomes calming, not because she forces it, but because she is centered. She listens more than she talks. When she talks, her words carry weight. In 2026, remember this clearly. The world does not need you to be perfect. It needs you to be real, grounded, and aligned. You become a high-value woman not by doing more, but by being more intentional, by choosing yourself daily, by honoring your values even when no one is looking. And one day you will look back and realize the biggest upgrade was not your appearance, your status, or your achievements. It was your mindset, your boundaries, your self-respect. You will walk into rooms without begging for approval. You will leave situations without heavy guilt. You will love deeply without losing yourself. That is the quiet power of a high-value woman. And in 2026, that woman is you. As you keep walking this path, something very subtle yet powerful begins to happen. You stop reacting to everything. Before, every word affected you. Every opinion shook you. Every comparison exhausted you. But now you pause. You breathe. You choose your response. That pause becomes your superpower. A high-value woman understands that not every battle is worth fighting, and not every comment deserves an answer. Silence, when used wisely, is not weakness. It is wisdom. In 2026, you learn that peace is not found by controlling the whole world, but by guiding your inner world. You also stop waiting for permission. Permission to dream bigger, permission to rest, permission to say no. You realize that your life does not need approval stamps from society, relatives, or even your past self. You give yourself permission to grow. There is a story of a woman who spent years asking others what decision she should make. One day, tired and confused, she sat quietly and listened to her own heart. For the first time, she trusted herself. From that day on, even when she made mistakes, she felt strong because the strength was not in always being right. It was in leading herself. A high-value woman builds emotional maturity. She does not run away from difficult conversations. But she also does not create drama where simple honesty is enough. She knows that emotional intelligence is more attractive than loud confidence. She learns to sit with discomfort. Instead of escaping pain through distractions, she faces it gently. She understands that healing is not about forgetting the wound, but about not bleeding on people who did not hurt you. In 2026, you become deeply aware of your patterns. You notice who drains you and who lifts you. You notice which habits move you forward and which ones keep you stuck. That awareness itself begins to change you. A high-value woman invests in herself daily, not just in appearance, but in learning, health, mindset, and spirituality. She understands that outer glow fades without inner strength. So she builds roots, not just wings. She stops competing with other women. Comparison turns into admiration. Insecurity turns into inspiration. She knows another woman's success does not steal from her. There is room for everyone to rise. She also learns to be alone without feeling lonely. Solitude becomes her reset button, not her punishment. She enjoys her own company because she has worked on becoming someone she respects. There's another story of a woman who was afraid of being alone. She stayed in the wrong places just to avoid silence. One year she chose solitude over compromise. That year changed her life. In the quiet, she met herself, and she never left herself again. A high-value woman understands that love should add to her life, not replace her identity. She does not lose herself just to be chosen. She chooses herself first, and that naturally draws the right people in. In 2026, you stop chasing validation. You stop giving just to be accepted. You stop explaining your worth to those who refuse to see it. You understand that those who are meant to value you never need convincing. Your standards rise not because you think you are better than others, but because you have worked hard to heal, grow, and change. You protect that growth strongly. You also learn forgiveness, not only for others, but for yourself. You forgive the younger version of you who did not know better. You thank her for surviving. You release the guilt, and you move forward lighter. A high-value woman understands that growth is not loud. It is quiet, steady, and often unseen. People will notice the change only when they can no longer reach the older version of you. In 2020, you do not announce your transformation. You live it. You wake up with clarity instead of chaos. You walk with confidence instead of fear. You speak with intention instead of impulse. And slowly, your life begins to mirror who you have become on the inside. Not because you tried to look high value, but because you finally became aligned. And that alignment changes everything. As this alignment grows deeper, you begin to notice a quiet confidence settling into your life. Not the loud, attention-seeking kind, but the calm trust that comes from knowing who you are and what you stand for. You no longer rush to prove yourself. You let your consistency speak for you. A high-value woman understands that discipline is a form of self-love. She does not wait to feel motivated to take care of her body, her mind, or her responsibilities. She shows up even on days she feels tired, unsure, or uninspired, because she knows her future self is watching and depends on the choices she makes today. In 2026, you learn that healing is not a straight line.